Welcome to the module Frequency Bar Graphs. In this module, you will be shown how to make a bar graph using the program Excel. Before beginning this module, read Chapter 8 of Doing Developmental Research, published by Guilford Press. Chapter 8 is titled Strategies for Statistics and gives you important tips on data entry and writing research results. You will likely also want to review guidelines from the American Psychological Association and your APA manual. As explained in Chapter 8 of Doing Developmental Research, the statistics that we compute depend on the questions that we ask in research. Let's imagine that we wanted to know, is there a preference for book cover illustrations? To answer this question, we compared preferences for 4 different book covers using a survey that was administered to 80 participants. Once our data was collected, we examined descriptive statistics. As implied by the term, descriptive statistics describe or summarize the data set. Our question is there a preference for book covers? Therefore, we will only consider frequency data for book preferences here. Now let's look at Chapter 8 in Doing Developmental Research. We learned in Doing Developmental Research that before computing statistics, step back and sketch out your graph. Let's imagine that we found that 12 participants preferred book cover 1, 4 participants preferred book cover 2, 6 participants preferred book cover 3, and 58 participants preferred book cover 4. First, let's add up these numbers. Do they add up to 80? Yes, they do. That is one way to check our data, according to the book Doing Developmental Research. Our graph should look something like this. Now, let's open Excel and make our graph to use in our paper. For column 1, add book cover 1. For column 2, add book cover 2, and so on. Now enter the frequencies. As previously mentioned, there were 12 participants that preferred book cover 1, 4 that preferred book cover 2, 6 that preferred book cover 3, and 58 that preferred book cover 4. Again, ensure that you have entered your data correctly by comparing your numbers to your drawn graph and your statistical output. Your axes title should be clearly labeled. Add book cover for the x-axis and frequency of book cover preference for your y-axis. Remember that the x-axis is the horizontal axis and the y-axis is the vertical axis. Now we will remove the tick marks. We will do this by clicking Format Axis, change the major to cross. Click on the paint bucket to remove the tick. Now to change the font. According to APA style, the font should be Times New Roman.